All right, screw it. We're doing it live. And that's us. We are live. Can I get some voices from Discord?
Voices from Discord.
Hello.
Ryan, hey, dang it.
Well, make some sputtering noises or something.
Talk with your mouth full, dude.
Ah.
Yeah.
The singular A.
So we're kind of running a bit short staff right now, but we do have a guest star who's kind of having computer issues at the moment, so we'll just drag him in and live once we get that figured out.
I think we kicked him off mine.
I scared him?
To rejoin?
Maybe. We're doing it live. Hello and welcome to the library. I am of course the author, and we're here to explore, create, and discover stories old and new. Tonight, we join the USS Gungnir, the Spear of the 10th Fleet. And we are here to play Star Trek Adventures, a tabletop RPG by friends at Motifius. Every week we continue our adventures on the wild and frontier on the Federation. And yeah, last week we kind of got our shit kicked in. I almost broke the ship, but I kind of feel bad about it.
Should.
Yeah, I know that was
break the ship. You just destroy the ship.
I did break the ship. I don't feel bad about it. It was kind of awesome.
Right between the pontoons.
Right between the pontoons.
That pylon is just flapping in the wind. The other one's stuck on with duct tape.
Oh yeah, we have a little ship.
Yeah, there's totally like one nacelle. That's just hanging on by a thread.
Oh, we started talking about the damage to the ship and Trump came in. He knew.
Zanette, we're having trouble hearing you. Lights on, not getting details.
We see our ship's broken, so that's why Discord is having technical difficulties.
Yep.
Canon.
No, chat. It wasn't a Kraken this time. Although it could. I totally had enough threat to bring in a Kraken. I didn't.
The Kraken saved us.
The Kraken saved us, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that little bit of insanity. I mean, the fact that he's in the channel means he should have rights to speak. So, yeah.
We did hear him say a little something.
Yeah, it's just like his microphone was pointed the wrong way or on the other side of the room or something.
He's duffing.
Oh, there he was.
Okay, I have no earthly idea why my voice is quiet, but I'll try to speak up.
Yeah, I got you cranked up as high as I can. So. All right.
It has to do with my internet, so who knows?
Good old internet.
Yep. And with that, let's set course for our adventure. All right. This is One Threat at Game, season 2, episode 20, A Road to Vahalla. Captain, if you can give us a log, please.
Stardate 57497.2 Captain's Log. It's been a couple of days since the battle, and we've finally reached DS-17. Thanks to Commander Atrom and the Doctor, the dead are collected in Storage Bay 3. 30 silver coffins, each draped in a blue Federation flag, are lined up in 6 rows. I know who is in each coffin without even looking at the name plaque now. I've written 30 condolence letters to families and loved ones. Each silver coffin contains the remains of a life cut short. Young ensigns starting their careers, lieutenants just hitting their stride. What could have been a lifetime of contributions unceremoniously ended by a Romulan energy beam. I haven't felt this way since the end of the Dominion War, and I hoped I never would again. I'm torn between trying to end this before it gets any worse and willing to kill every Romulan in the sector. End of log.
Okay. Okay, so I need to emotionally process that, but your log is apropos for the rest of the crew. There's grief and loss and a sense of mourning for the lives cut short, and for the damage that happened to your ship, your home. You have managed it to be towed back to DS-17 by the pirate ship, the SS Dam Spanner. After the Orion captain and picked over the remains of the Romulan and vessel, you do have a contingency of Romulans and who were found in escape pods, but most everyone else either ran away in shuttles or perished with the ship. Nope, spending threat. You didn't get the cloaking device.
You're never going to get one. Stop trying.
You never get it if you stop trying.
Funny you should mention a cloaking device. Anyways,
Hey,
as you
no threat.
Yep, as you return to DS-17, it is of note that the command staff is not there. They have simultaneously left to go on some mysterious mission in with the Koathian Empire. Or down to the south.
Secret mission.
Secret mission. Secret missions.
Well, I guess we'll just have to heck of a wake here at the station.
Yep. With that on the way, Atrom has been basically trying to keep at least the lights and gravity on. It's been in a struggle, but you managed to keep at least basic life support. You've had to hot bunk and double bunk on a lot of sections as entire air quarters were blown out and evacuated. Part of the hangar deck has actually been turned into temporary quarters, or giving all the more feeling of destitution and of the ship. Along with the sub-commander that Vera ever so valiantly kidnapped, you managed to get a dozen and ramen officers of various ranks and taste. They have not been fully processed yet, as on the way over you are concerned about making sure that everyone can still breathe by the end of the journey.
We would have scanned them for the Borg capsules, the Borg nanoprobe capsules, like we found with the Romulan ninjas.
3 of them did have that. However, since you are aware of them, you were able to isolate them and successfully remove them, and without much fuss.
Okay.
And with that, the Gungnir pulls into his space dock.
Yeah, back to where our previous excavate started.
A little worse for wear, though.
A lot worse for wear.
Yeah, a little is understatement for sure.
Don't jinx things.
2 seconds later, engineering is now on fire.
As you pull up, there actually is some chatter across the comms commenting on the damage of your ship. Space Dock has pulled you into a dry dock and will start repairs immediately. But you're going to be grounded for at least 2 weeks.
That's optimistic.
Well, oh, Captain, before we all go on much needed leave, can I talk to you real quick?
Certainly. Come on into my ready room.
Oh yeah, she'll follow. So, not to pile on anything, but when we were here before everything started, I may have gotten some news that there's somebody out for my for the people of the old pirate crew that I was part of. Not the Hulk's crew, before that.
Somebody out for, as in coming for you?
Maybe not me specifically, but I might be in the line of fire, as it were.
They have a grudge?
I don't know. They could be after the captain specifically. They could be just after some treasure we found. They could be after whatever finds we have left in our back pocket. You know, things we didn't get to, but we kind of kept in case.
Do you know who is coming after the crew?
Author, can you remind me, just because like a lot happened and that just kind of got lost in the
lost in the cannon fire.
scuffle, yeah.
In the scuffle.
Yeah, can you remind me a little bit of, like, a quick rundown of the specifics?
It wasn't anyone unspecific. No one specific was as identified. And your old crew, your old crewmate, whose name I totally just remember off the top of my head, totally is someone important.
That's good. That's we can solve that one later. Yeah. No one's specific. That I don't have a specific name, but we have one of my former crewmates is currently in the I believe the public hospital. Last time I saw public sick bay.
Yes.
Here at the station?
Yes, and contacted me to warn me.
I see. Okay, I'd recommend advising Lieutenant Fox so he could kind of keep an eye on things from that point of view. Do you feel in immediate danger?
No. Probably a safest place I could be at the moment. Why do you think he ran here?
Okay. So is there anything we can do to help? Just let us know.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. I did forget about that. That part.
Yeah, they mentioned
Um,
in ancient codex, but neither you or him have any recollection of what the ancient codex was. Just that the people who were shaking him down and was asking for an ancient codex, and he was like, "What ancient codex?"
Okay. Yeah, she just kind of scratches her head, thinking on it. I think he mentioned something about a codex, like old codex of some sort that we're supposed to have. I don't really remember us coming across anything like that. We were. It's possible it's just a different name. I mean,
So like a book?
maybe. We're treasure hunters. We just went after ruins mostly. We didn't do a lot of the total raiding ships thing. That wasn't our main source of income.
Okay. Well, I guess as long as we were at the DS-17 for repairs, I'd exercise reasonable caution when you're in public places, and make sure that we know where you are.
Don't worry. I know how to keep myself safe. I mean, you all only caught me because I turned myself in.
Was it your little party group that brought together the Romulan ninjas on the ship? Is that?
Oh,
Never
the Romulan, the person that seems to start the attack was the person.
Saboteur?
Yeah, the saboteur. He had approached us while we were at a small diner and propositioned Bailey. And, we didn't sense anything wrong, so we encouraged it because, Bailey needs to get out a little bit more.
Okay. Well, the point I'm trying to make is, things can fly in under the radar.
Yeah.
Also of note, Captain, ever since that event, Bailey has removed herself from duty. She has not returned to her post since that night.
Trust me, I'm kicking myself for letting that happen. I was trying to be careful all night, and well, I'm sorry about that.
Well, stuff happens. I get it. It just want to remind you that people can fly under your radar and hit you when you're not expecting them. With regard to Bailey, I'll see if I can make sure that she goes to see the counselor, ship's counselor, to talk about any type of trauma that may have happened.
I'll stop beating up your away time. I'm sure we have so little of it.
All right. Thank you, and be careful. And let us know if you see anything of concern.
Yep. And if you see pirates asking for me, just try to. Here.
Yeah, do you know anybody aboard this Orion pirate ship that came in here?
The what now?
Was it the damn spanner?
Oh,
yes, she knew the captain.
Yeah, I know the captain. He was he was sort of a rival to us, but not in that way. He obviously wouldn't have helped us if he was looking for this. He would have just taken the opportunity to get to me.
It could be someone in his crew, possibly, too. I mean, who knows? But okay, well, just keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah. I don't ever plan on being surprised again.
Very well.
Yeah, she'll leave with that. Also, we get a momentum because I was in a scene when he had no momentum.
You do get a momentum.
And like I said, I'll contact the ship's counselor to have her set up an appointment with Bailey.
On the way over, Dr. Kai has just been in up to his neck with trauma relief and that kind of stuff. So he hasn't really been able to focus on the mental health side of things. Nor has he been able to look too much into what's going on with the Miss Ren you pick up, the clone Miss Ren, but she is basically on standby mode, and she is on a lot of life support, trying to keep her alive. Whatever happened into her, she is not in a good state, medically speaking.
So as I recall, she was a clone, but not fully developed, I guess.
That's the basic idea of what you got. Not much more has been looked into on that front.
Well, I guess we'll need to look into that at some point. I take it the medical officer of DS-17, are they available, or did they go on this secret mission?
Dr. Mountain is not available at the moment, but you look on the registry and it looks like there's Dr. Zenit who is on the station.
Oh, okay. Ross to Dr. Zenit.
Zenit here. How can I help you?
Doctor, I'm the commanding officer of the Gungnir, and we just got back from a action-filled cruise. We recovered what appears to be the clone of a Romulan defector. And the clone appears to be not 100% fully developed physically. I guess the cloning process was interrupted while it was still in process. I was wondering if you could come do an evaluation and see if we could finish that process, or what our options are.
I could certainly offer some assistance. It's not really my specialty, but I do have some general familiarization with genetics and some cloning.
Any advice you could provide would be great. Our doctor's busy with the casualties that we suffered in action. So if you're free, we'd love to have your opinion on it.
Certainly. I make my way to your ship, or would be somewhere else be more appropriate?
The ship would be great. We're in the dry dock.
Very well. I'll make my way there.
And we generate a momentum because chat is ever so generous.
Thanks, chat.
As you're making your way to the Gungnir, Fox and Atram, you just pulled into a dry dock. And Atram, you have been so busy basically duct taping this ship together and trying to at least keep the lights on. You've been running from one end into the other, finding leaks and patching them and keeping in things at least livable.
We
You've
don't
managed.
have the. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
the damage was so extensive, you couldn't really do much to help, make the repairs any easier.
Yeah, we don't have the ability to house the Romulans anymore, so coordinating with station security to get them transferred over.
Yeah, presence. Give me a presence security difficulty 82.
Security. Okay. And because I like it, I take a threat. As you're also low on threat.
He's supposed to be low on threat.
Reroll the red. No, he's not.
I swear, if I get up to 40 threat, I'm just gonna throw a cube at you.
You're making me do things. I hope you realize this.
Throw a cube at us, the other GMs would kill you.
You throw a cube at DS17, you're gonna have Prax come in here and be very annoyed with you. Do you want that?
Make it a
Maybe.
sphere.
That's not, well, that's slightly better.
Just
No,
a little
you-
cube.
We need a hexadron.
No, not a
Hexadron.
hexadron. That's worse.
Yes.
Dodecahedron.
I think I got it.
Yes, you got it. You're able to coordinate that.
Yep.
Was there any special processing or interviews you wanted to do with them?
I'm going to speak with the sub-commander.
Of course. I'm assuming on the station.
Yeah, on the station.
Yep. Let's add the intrigue music.
Garibaldi is against the Borg.
Garibaldi's against the Borg cube.
We'll just beam Mox over with a spanner. It'll be fine.
Yes. I think this is the song I want.
Did we recover Mox?
Yes, Mox is still there. He's currently housed in a temporary cage.
He came out eventually and has just been clung to Israel's leg for a while.
Just handling things in the background. Alright, Dr. Zenit, you should be in the characters folder now.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Alright. Alright, Fox, you meet this Romulan. Throughout the week, he has not said a lot.
I want to know everything that you know about why Ren was so important. And if her actual self is still out there, the location of where you would take her as well.
Can you also inquire about the planet-based Doom laser?
Priorities.
Priorities. In all honesty, she wasn't as much important as she was as a propaganda tool. we wanted to use her as an asset to ensure the Tal Shiar's control over Romulan society.
The usual nonsense with the Tal Shiar, then. Why go through all the trouble to clone her?
To make sure that the Federation and anyone else that was looking for her would stop looking for her. People usually stop investigations when you give them a body.
Unfortunately, we found out that we don't have the actual Ren, and that there's still a chance that she is either out there or there are some other machinations that are involved in it.
Shame. We went through a lot of effort to make that happen.
Yes, unfortunately, I interrupted your Reman friend before anything else could be done. She had information about Romulan plans with a very contested zone of space at the moment. And from what I learned from another source, those plans also include very dangerous weaponry.
Oh, the weaponry is just the beginning of this.
It always is with you.
Weapons are just tools used against enemies of the state.
As far as the Tal Shiar is concerned, that's everyone.
Of course, anyone who threatens the state needs to be kept on a short leash. I guess the question is, who's tugging on your leash?
My leash got snapped a long time ago. Now only my rules keep me in check. Thankfully for you, those rules are very much in place at the moment. The last intelligence operative I dealt with was not so lucky.
I didn't think it was as very human of you to be making threats.
No, I am not making a threat at this moment. Only informing you of what happened to another. Whether you take it as a threat is your own. Foolish inclinations. The paranoid nature of a Romulan and all that.
It's only paranoia if there's no one actually after you.
Or you've confirmed that there is indeed a plot involving that space. And you're using her. You're going to use her as a propaganda tool. Unfortunately, we got to her first and learned quite a bit. The full picture is still a bit blurred as to what you're after. And if you say protection of the state again, I'll have to disregard that. There's something much worse that you're after. There's always something worse that you're after. Power, control, means to an end. Once upon a time it was Borg. Now it might be something far worse.
Please, Borg were so last decade.
And what is it this decade?
Well, given in the status of both of our ships, it seems that we were both on the receiving end of that.
Technology on that level of danger. Something that can turn a planet into a weapon.
Something that can turn a galaxy into a weapon.
Well, we'll just have to keep it out of the Tal Shiar's hands then. Better for it to be lost to time than used as a weapon.
What we are trying to find and was already lost in time. We are just trying to return what was.
Lost of what is. Hopefully you don't have any further Dark Masters other than just your chain of command pulling this leash. That'd be very unfortunate for you. You wouldn't be the top dogs, you'd be... well, you'd be under their boot. And you seem to not like that notion at all.
He kind of just sits back in his chair and starts staring blankly ahead. He's done this conversation.
Up a nerve, and you've given me all I need for now. And he stands up and walks out.
Hey, what did you want to interview anyone else? You have about 12 captives that you took from random escape pods. But
anybody farther down than maybe a rank or two from him wouldn't know much of what we're looking for.
Yeah, these were all like super junior officers.
Yeah, they wouldn't know anything that I'm looking for. They wouldn't really even know why they were there in the first place. Probably just spew Tal Shiar propaganda at me.
Mm-hmm.
No, not worth me looking into them.
Do you have any special orders for their captivity besides under lock and key transport or inhibitors? Or just don't listen to them?
Pretty much ignore anything that comes out of the junior officers' mouths. Make note of anything that you think is important that the sub-commander might slip.
Okay. That can be arranged. Where do you head to after this?
At the moment, nowhere in particular.
Promenade, back to the ship.
Promenade, there's nearly not much on the ship for him at the moment.
Good point.
It's under repair, so what he has is what he needs.
All right. Atrom. She made it. Barely.
Huzzah!
By the skin of your teeth, he made it back home. Which is about the best engineer can ever ask for.
The warp core exploded in a controlled manner. That's what I'm happy with. Okay.
Now our repairs of the ship is under the good hands of the dry dock crew.
All right. I'm assuming Captain's already given permission for shore leave.
Captain, have you given permission for shore leave as soon as we dock?
Yeah, as soon as it's reasonable, yeah.
All right. Straight to the Klingon bar.
All right.
How many of the how many of the last crewmen were engineering officers?
9 of them.
9? All right, time to go
A good fraction.
celebrate 9 souls entering Stovacor.
You enter the Klingon bar. After walking on the promenade, this place is dark and there's red lights and the humidity it shoots up 10%, but it feels like home.
Wonderful. Going to
It's mostly Klingons in here. There's a few non-Klingons. In particular, there's 3 Orions in the back corner, are just kind of they're not in a fight, but they're definitely having a heated argument in the back corner, and it's kind of looking like they're squaring up to get into a fight.
Gah, and a show.
Yes. And of course there's always the 1 or 2 like humans and Tellarites that are in here just kind of like absorbing the atmosphere, but they definitely have that wide-eyed stare of, oh god, I don't belong in here. This is interesting. I definitely don't belong in here. Please don't hurt me. But most of the local patrons and Snow just kind of like give them their space. You know, they're not here for the show. They're here for the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go grab a thing of blood wine and then begin regaling the nearest Klingons with the glorious adventures of the Gungnir, and join them in saluting 9 brave souls to Stovokar.
Oh, they're very much into this. Go ahead and give me oh wait, are you still in your car?
Oh no, I'm home. I have my laptop now.
You're home? Cool. Go ahead and give me a presence command and roll. Normally this would be difficulty 2, but difficulty 1 because, well, you are Klingon. You know how to regale them.
And also they're drunk.
Well, if you want to spend a momentum and buy a round, this would be diff 0. And you just use to generate momentum.
If everybody else is okay with me spending that.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, spend the momentum.
You buy a round for everyone. You have a good crowd of at least like 4 or 5 I've Klingons who are like, oh, you witness as warriors going to Stovacor. Yes, of course. Ours. Buy us this round and regale us with your battle tales. Sing us the song of glorious warriors.
Well, it was certainly a battle. We'll go with it. All right, yeah. So he'll like 9 brave souls to Stovacor, fighting impossible odds against a much larger Romulan and cruiser. and a dishonorable secret enemy on the planet containing a super weapon.
Ha 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 ha. So yeah,
And then he'll just regale the tale with, you know, the usual little what's the word here? The usual inflations of a tale such as this.
yes.
And he's gonna be spending a good amount of time regaling them with the tale and drinking and singing many, many Klingon songs.
Yeah, go ahead and make the presence command roll diff 0.
All right, let's do this thing. Unfortunately, I don't have a focus in this, but you know, it's fine.
You don't have a focus in Klingon culture?
The closest thing I have is single combat.
Nah.
I should add the focus in Klingon culture, though.
Well, and being a Klingon in general helps.
Yes.
All right, so we're
Okay, that's
6.
free momentum.
Sweet. Yes, you sit there and regale all of them with tales of glory and honor, and everyone and gets into rounds of drinking and singing songs for the honored dead.
And it should be. As Kalis intended.
As you are there, one Klingon, older gentleman and well into his 60s, he's kind of gets up from the back and cracks his back and asks, "What's a soft forehead like you doing in a Starfleet uniform?"
Ah, insults. Plastic. Okay.
Why, didn't you serve alongside your Klingon brothers and sisters?
Ah, my friend, I did. And I found that our engineering works too well. It wasn't enough of a battle. So I decided to serve among the Federation because, as we all know, the technology is so backwards, it fails every 5 minutes.
So you are not a true warrior? You are an engineer, a maker, one who drops the bat'leth and picks up a hammer?
A hammer is still a weapon, my friend. Depends on how you use it. Besides, what greater battle is there than when fighting your enemies, your own ship is working against you?
Presence command, presence command or con on difficulty 1.
Okay. Here, cheat. Oh, well, my command and my con are the exact same score, so... Would single combat apply here? I feel like verbal sparring is a form of single combat.
I'll take it a complication. Verbal sparring is a form of single combat, so it'd be +1 complication. Yeah, so it'd be complication 2 focus yet. Yep.
Okay. All right. You know what? Take that momentum I just earned because I want to roll 3 dice here.
Yeah, really give him what for?
Mm-hmm. Worst comes to worst, I can lay the dude out on the floor, hopefully, so. Oh my.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
hilarious.
You have insulted his honor, and now you must die.
Do you wish to re-roll this before I try to kill you?
I don't know. How much of a challenge does this guy look?
Given his age, he's probably slow, but also given his age, he might be slow, but also given his age, he's survived a lot of battles and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, old warriors are more dangerous, man.
Yeah, because they live long enough to get old.
All right. Would the complications increase how hard the combat is, or would it just mean this guy is absolutely going to throw down?
You don't know.
Figures. Okay. Trying to decide how much Atron wants to fight right now. Of course, what better way to honor the dead than fight in their honor, but of course, that also throws the risk of getting whooped in a bar full of Klingons.
You also haven't actually fought in a very long while.
I thought the
You're
last
not
time
blood
we were
enemy
on here,
people,
I thought
Chat.
the last time we were here.
which was a very long while ago,
Chat's encouraging you to fight.
like 2 weeks.
Of course, Chad is encouraging me to fight.
Chat encourages everybody but Fox to fight. I see a very clear bias in this.
Well, yeah, because when you fight, it's like, throw the hammer, boom.
I also punch things.
Yeah, punch things, boom. Alright.
So basically, right now are looking at either spending a determination to reroll or just leaning into it.
Yeah. Basically, I'm trying to weigh what the potential loss of honor here is. If I lose in a bar full of Klingons, that's going to spread pretty quickly.
But also, failing this means that you failed the roll and you are not standing up for these insults being hurled at you.
Fair. All right. Might as well fight. I have my MacLeod on me, so.
Yep.
All right, let's fight this dude.
All right. One complication and is you insult you and he goes first. I'm gonna take the other two as threat, and apparently I need fight music.
Bring on the fight music.
Do I need to get specific bar fight music? Maybe.
I mean, pretty sure if you just searched Viking music, it would fit the Klingon aesthetic pretty well.
There is a Klingon battle anthem.
And it fits the Gungnir aesthetic too.
Yeah, problem is I have to get it rights to play that music. But anyways,
We have to be royalty free.
Ah, Sorrel, you're here. Actually, no, never mind. He's just in the chat. Thought he joined the call.
not yet.
Somebody
Oh,
want to
he's
fill Sorrel
trying-
in what's going on? He's in chat right now. He's trying to figure out some memes.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm going first, and I'm pulling out a Batleth, so that's an escalation, and I'm gonna get a third dice. And hey, I'm a Dahar master, so I get a +1 and to this fight?
Well, if I win this is gonna be great.
Opposed during security.
Opposed during security. Wonderful. Alright, single combat, so I do have a focus in this.
Yes, and you can totally pull out your MacLeod.
Yep, got the MacLeod. Oh, hello. I would like to purchase an additional dice for the threat, please, because I have Warrior Spirit and I need that to activate.
Absolutely.
Alright, and so that's 3 dice. Regular comp range. And here we go. Haha!
Okay, so I was gonna reroll, but dang. I think you got him. So 3 versus 5, you gain 2 momentum. Question, are you swinging for lethal?
So the duel defending your honor, it's not usually lethal, correct?
Not.
Oh, it's most certainly lethal. There are no duels for honor that aren't lethal. You're trying to put the person down.
And I suppose the man pulled a batleth on me, so it's not like he's going for
No,
non-lethal.
Klingon sparring would be non-lethal. Klingon fighting because their honor demands it, that's lethal.
Alright, yeah, looks like we're going for lethal.
All right, I do gain a threat, but his Brook Hall does not apply because that's only against non-lethal injuries. So go ahead and swing.
Okay, what's the... I don't actually have a MacLeod on my sheet. What's the,
MacLeod is a short sword. So I think it is... Compendium.
And things fell down.
Positions, quick weapons, combat.
MacLeod is a blade.
Equipment. There it is.
Yeah, it's
MacLeod.
2. It's
If
2
blade-
with vicious 1.
Yep. So 2 plus your security, and it has vicious 1.
2 plus my security. Okay.
You'll just put the
That
you'll
is-
just put the 2 into the weapons if you're gonna make it permanent.
2 plus
Okay.
security, and he has vicious 1.
Yep.
Cool. So that's...
Yeah, if you're
5
just
dice.
rolling it straight.
Yeah.
If you're making it a proper weapon, then it'll just be.
2, 4, 6, 8. Ow. So that is 7 damage. As he tries going for a wide swing, but you're able to definitely duck underneath his swing and use the smaller MacLeod to get underneath his guard, and slash him across the ribs. His armor takes a little bit of the hits, but he's still up.
You would fight an unarmored warrior? You coward?
It is now your turn.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm assuming it's another opposed daring security roll?
Yep.
Let's see if Kalos is with me this day. I am going to buy a threat again. Buy a third dice with a threat again.
I will match.
Of course. And here we go. Ah.
That's 4 successes on my end.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Warrior Spirit, I can re-roll the whole pool.
Yes, you can.
Oh, that is not nearly as bad.
Still a win on my end. That's 2.
Oh yeah, doesn't he take a wound?
I spent 2 to avoid.
Okay.
So you almost got him, but the transverse ribs keeps it from being a serious wound.
Man, I need to invest in that Klingon I'm not wounded easily talent.
Well, it only helps if he's not going for lethal.
I am going for our lethal.
Oh boy.
Spending a threat. Because you insulted my honor.
Oh,
Ooh.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 damage. Uh-oh.
Wow, I am one pip away from maximum stress.
And that is an injury. Do you wish to avoid?
I would like to avoid that, yes.
Alright, 2 momentum or 2 threat?
You can take Fred. I mean, if Fox isn't fighting anybody, how else are you supposed to have Fred today?
Okay.
you assume I'm not going to be able to fight people.
Okay, and now is it his turn?
Now it's his turn. He's gonna spend a threat. Are you gonna spend a threat?
Even better, I will spend 3 threat. I want 4 dice.
I'm cocky. I'm just gonna spend in for 3.
Alright. Oh! What does a tie mean?
It's not a tie because I have Dahar Master as a trait.
Oh.
So you need to reroll that at 0 in order to tie.
So when it says reroll the dice pool, does that mean I have to reroll all of the dice or just the one?
You can reroll as many dice as you want in the pool.
Okay.
You can leave some on the table if they're good enough for it as is.
Yeah, well, we're leaving those on the table. Aha!
And now it's a tie.
And now it's a tie. What does that mean?
Either or you're just caught in a bind and both of you just like lock blades and you're pushing against each other and no one gains ground, or you could succeed at cost.
Locking blades would be cool.
Okay. He manages to get a good hard swing on you. Manages to sweep the bat lift underneath your shoulder and just jam one of the spikes right in the armpit. He pulls out and tries swinging again, but you're able to pull the mech lift up, clang, and you're able to catch the blade, and you're both sitting there just shoving back and forth. It is now your turn.
Okay.
This is it. You have 1 hit point. You have 1 stress and left. If I put a lethal injury on you, you're going down and you might not get back up.
Captain, the protocol is you get drunk and sing lots of songs in my honor. All right. Yeah, so pulling out all the stops here, I would like to buy 5 dice.
With threat or momentum?
2 threat, 3 momentum. 2 momentum, 3 threat.
It's 6 altogether, so 3 and 3.
3 and 3. Yeah.
Or do you want to leave 2 momentum on the table?
Yeah, I'm trying to leave 2 momentum on the table in case.
Okay.
Okay.
3. Another thing to consider is do you want to spend a point of determination?
So if I spend it ahead of time, it's a guaranteed crit, right?
Yeah, it's 1 dice guaranteed crit, so you only be rolling 4 dice, and I would get 1 less threat.
Captain, I am not getting exiled from the Klingons. All right. Yeah, we will. I will spend a point of determination to the value a matter of honor.
That is definitely applicable right now.
And let me see if I can do a callback. Fortunately, I don't really think any of my previous uses of that would tie in. All right, because this is personal honor. Right. Okay. Right. So focus single combat. It would be 4 dice, right? And then a guaranteed crit. Okay.
You're rolling 4 dice and you get +2 hits.
Oh, come on. We're re-rolling 2 of those. Much better.
Oh. Yes!
So much better. Yes.
All right, so that is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 3. You gave 4 momentum on that. And we have a complication. What can I do in complication on my end? I'm gonna say...
He's so drunk he trips and falls and stabs himself.
Go ahead and roll. For free, this is a lethal strike.
Okay. Am I able to re-roll those zeros in any way?
For 1 momentum, you can re-roll as much damage dice as you like.
Yes, I would like to re-roll those 2 zeros, please.
All right. That is 10 damage. Doesn't have brew call, so that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh no. Okay, Outram, how would you like to do this?
Excellent. Okay. So with the with our blades locked, and I've seen this on DS9, so I know it works. I'm basically gonna force my MacLeod straight down, break his batleth in half, and then while he's staring at the batleth and shaft, I'm just gonna stab him, just like right up close and personal, right in the gut. And then, of course, the traditional Klingon bellow of victory as my enemy bleeds out on the floor.
You have the blades lock, but you know that our MacLeod is well made, and with all your strength, you push, clink, clink, and you're able to get that little niche into the blade. That's all you need. You shove with all your might. The batleth snaps in half, and as he pulls away, in shock, you have your opening, and you just bury the MacLeod to the hilt into this man's chest. Shocked, stunned, and he makes a faint gurgling sound and falls to the falls to the deck, bleeding out. A pool of Klingon blood starts forming at your feet.
Oh, now the ground's all pink and sticky.
Yep.
The Klingon bar, it's already pink and stinky. It's got blood wine all over it.
Yep, probably.
I hope you enjoyed the show, chat.
Yeah. This man is beyond saving. He is hella dead. You managed to get not just us one heart, but a lung, and you were able to puncture the pericardial sac of the second heart. Yeah, you killed a Dar Master. There's a moment of silence in the bar. The non-Klingons in the bar are horrified. One one couple just gets up and leaves and starts running for it, just like, nope, I did not sign up for this. A Tellarite is sitting in the corner, shaking, holding his cup, just trying to process all this. And the rest of the Klingons of the bar just go, yeah! And they pick you up and put you on the shoulders. Tell us your name, brave warrior.
And I have to make sure I have the full name. I don't think I've actually used his full name before. I just go with a lieutenant commander. What's the family name? Okay, I'm going to pick a random house. Please tell me if this one is one that's been dishonored, so I don't actually say it out loud. Konja?
One thing you can do is you could be associated with House. Well, no, House of Pakita is kind of in a weird place, so that'd be weird. Never mind.
Yeah.
What was the house you suggested?
Konja.
Come on. House Konja.
Konjah.
JAH. Nope, they have not been dishonored. Or they're in great standing.
All right. I am Atron of House Konja.
Trom, glories to House Konja. And they buy you all the drinks you can and handle.
Excellent.
Yeah, killing a Dahar Master is not going to come back to bite us 2 sessions later. Why is there a fleet of Klingon ships decloaking around the station?
I mean, he insulted my honor and attacked first, so technically, he lost fair and square.
Have you met the way author thinks?
Shh, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine.
In front of a bunch of witnesses, no less.
The witnesses are currently like have him on his shoulders, on their shoulders, cheering.
The witnesses are into this.
Yeah, there might be a few non-Klingons that just ran out screaming. So somebody just died.
Dahar Master.
I might be the cause of a couple of visits to a couple of counselors, but it's fine.
I just want to say that I just want to see that one of those couples that just fled just ran into Fox. He's still wearing his uniform.
You managed to pull the symbols from this. I'm trying to generate a Klingon name on the spot because I didn't expect this to be a plot point. Good job.
Gungnir, everything should be considered a plot point.
Yes.
I feel like it's just gonna be a hard cut back to like Vera, Rost, and maybe Fox all coming off the gangplank and then hearing this.
Fox is on the station.
Fox is on the station.
Probably just walked by the bar.
I just run into a couple people screaming about a Klingon bar fight. A man just died. You went to a Klingon bar and expected not to have some random Klingon be killed. I don't know what you want from that.
I don't know what. All right. This is Dahar Master
House Mokai. That's exciting.
Kamag of House Mokai. So yes, this will definitely get back to, and I'm gonna note that down in my notes. So I remember to have House Mokai. I'd be mad at you and totally gonna. I mean, nothing bad's gonna happen.
We're definitely gonna see House Mokai come back and take Trum away for some reason, and or try to kill him.
Yep.
Mokai, huh? No wonder he pulled his blade first.
And you said at your house, what was it?
Konja.
Konja. Okay. I'm writing this in my notes. All right. So, that was the thing. I mean, the Tahar Master did start it, and Atron just finished it with a blade in the heart.
And now for something completely different.
And now for something completely different. As Fox, you are walking along the promenade, and you suddenly see a human and an Andorian just running down the promenade, screaming.
Okay, he's gonna get in front of them. All right, you're disturbing the peace. What's going on?
There's a fight. They pulled out blades.
Where?
The Klingon bar.
You realize that that's a regular occurrence with Klingons, right?
But with actual weapons, they were actually stabbing each other.
I don't see your point in this. That's a Klingon bar, and then Klingons. An honor duel is a regular occurrence with them.
Station security is already like making their way there from another angle.
Yeah, he's just gonna let them go and head off to the bar, see who killed who.
You get there, and Atrum's in the middle of this huddle of Klingons who are just thrusting him on the shoulders. And then Atrum, you suddenly get dunked upside down. You're grabbed by your ankles, and you are getting the Klingon equivalent of a keg stand, where they dunk you headfirst into a barrel of blood wine and have you drink yourself out.
Wonderful.
I need you to make a fitness medicine check, difficulty diff 2. You're Klingon. You should be able to handle this alcohol.
Just box in the doorway with just pinching the bridge of his nose.
Klingon cake stand.
Well, the fun news is that my fitness medicine combined score is a 10. So
The bad news is it's a 10.
yes. You said what was this, a diff 2?
Yeah, diff 2. Because it's a lot of alcohol, but also you're Klingon. You're used to alcohol.
I would like to buy 2 more dice with momentum, please.
Sure.
So I'm going 4. Yeah,
Alright.
I think they probably do
She'll be
delivers. Alright. I'm gonna assume that none of my focus is fly here.
You have a focus in drinking? Or medicine, or poison, or revelry?
None of those. So, here we go.
Frat
Please
boy?
don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
They must have frat boy. Shoot them.
I would have to focus in like revelry or something. I wouldn't have to focus in frat boy partying. But
single combat would have applied, man. He was fighting for it.
he was fighting the blood wine.
Single combat.
He was fighting against drowning in the blood wine.
All right. You get pulled up and coming back for air, and you're gasping and swallowing all this, and you see Fox in the corner, just pinching the bridge of his nose.
Boy.
I've seen you. I've seen Fox drunk. His is way worse.
No, he know. Commander, why did it have to be you?
In which aspect?
Points to the pool of blood on the floor.
Well, he insulted my honor and then attacked me with a batlet.
Oh, good, he's a Dahar master. We're not going to have any repercussions from that later.
He started the fight. He shouldn't have fought. He shouldn't have fought an opponent he didn't know he could beat. If he could beat.
He looks to one of the other clans. Please tell me he was not from a very influential house.
This House Mackay, one of the great houses is of the Klingon Empire.
You're cleaning up this mess. And he walks away.
I
With the rest of the
am now.
Klingons.
Yep, I am now informing Prax of this.
Hey, it's not a Borg cube.
It is not a Borg cube.
It's just House Mokai. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, station security is gonna like ask around and like, okay, what happened? Did he start it? Did you both agree to this? This is on. All right, so.
Out of
Yeah.
curiosity, was he a Dahar master when he, like, did you plan for him to be a Dahar master when he stood up and started insulting me?
I spent to have him be a Tara Master.
Okay.
Yeah, Fox is just going to send a report to Ross that we may have issues with House Mokai in the future. Atrom just killed one of their Dahar masters.
Does he include the important thing that the Dahar master started the fight, or do I get to explain that to the captain?
You
first?
get to explain yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how's local security gonna handle this, because it wasn't a Klingon bar, but sure it's on a Federation station, so it's kind of like, okay, we understand your culture and stuff. Could you not?
I wonder how many times they have to just get rid of a body because of the Klingons.
Is a Klingon bar kind of like a Klingon embassy? Is it like Klingon soil instead of Federation soil?
Yeah, that's
It's iffy territory.
this far out of Federation space, it probably wouldn't.
It's not an official embassy. This was just a private establishment.
I'm running the bar. That's about it.
Yeah, I think there is a embassy on the station. So
Worst comes to worst, Atrom gets what's the term when you bring somebody from another country for legal charges?
extradited.
Worst comes to worst, Atrom gets extradited for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so as of right now, nothing's gonna happen, but future things we are going to see. Okay. Meanwhile,
Shore
Dr.
leave!
Shore Leave episode. It started with murder.
Technically, it started with interrogations.
Interrogations and then murder.
Yeah.
Murder came later.
Just another Thursday on the Gungnir.
Dr. Zenit and Captain Ross, you both meet up in the sick bay with this sick sick Romulan.
Okay, Captain Ross, what you see is a Denobulan dressed in very garish colors. It's his civilian garb. Bright colored shirt, loose fitting, neutral colored pants, and a purple light jacket with the badge pinned to the lapel.
Doctor?
Yes, Captain Ross, is it?
Yes.
And he extends his hand to you. Dr. Zenit, how, how can I help?
Well, welcome aboard, Doctor. Ross is a tall Beta Z, dressed in the typical Starfleet captain's uniform. This way to the sick bay. I'll show you what we've got.
I'll follow you, sir. Looks like your ship took a hell of a beating.
Yeah, we ran into a nice little Romulan planet-based particle weapon of some kind, energy weapon.
Oh. Yeah. It's a good thing you aren't worse, I guess.
They got it worse. We blew up their planet.
At that, he kind of starts and he kind of looks at you. Blew up their planet, sir?
Yeah, blew it up. Right this way, Doc.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And I will escort the good
follow.
doctor to sickbay.
So, what am I looking at once I get to sick bay?
Are you there?
Yep. What you see in sickbay is a young Romulan and female, supposedly in her early mid 20s, but she is very very thin and very yellow. She's currently hooked up to artificial respiration and increased oxygen, and also you look on the bed and her hair has been falling off and collecting on the pillow. She is in patient and scrubs, and that's about it.
What are the readouts on the bio bed?
Give me a reason medicine difficulty E2.
Would xenobology apply?
Yes. Excellent. She has a very rapid in heart rate, low blood pressure, and there is, it's not distress in the lungs. It's literally malformations. Her lungs look like they were not properly developed. If you didn't know any better, you would say that these were lungs of a preterm baby.
Okay. He comes up closer and smiles reassuringly. We'll just take a look at you. We'll do a deeper scan here and see if we can figure out if we can do anything for you. My name is Dr. Zenit, by the way. Captain Ross brought me aboard, and we'll see if we can get you feeling better.
She just nods weakly. All right. As far as scanning deeper, what specifically do you want to scan at this point?
Well, I don't have a focus in genetics, but I think that's where we need to go, just to see if it's the lungs, or I want to see if it's just the lungs that are failing her, or if it's complete and total shutdown.
I'll allow that for come on, open up. Whatever. I'll allow that, and for reason medicine in difficulty 3, and you just get a deeper scan and on her total system, and xenobiology would apply.
Okay, does anybody object to me giving GM some threat?
Well, do what you got to do.
Give them all sex.
All right, I'm gonna buy 2 dice with threat. And would xenobiology still apply here?
Yes.
Well, okay.
All right, 2 momentum. Doctor, remind me, what focuses do you have?
I have cybernetics, xenobiology, psychiatry, trauma surgery, infectious diseases, and energy weapons.
Okay. Um, it looks like that she is indeed a clone. When you look at her cells, they have the obvious signs of being flash cloned. It's a process of making a very rapid clone of someone, but there are some tweaks in it. He doesn't. She was designed not to have glycosine in production. There's also several other genetic anomalies is mixed into her code. She was basically given a sentence to die within a month. Multiple organ failures are planned to happen, even if she was born to term.
Well, the lung. Is Captain Ross still there?
Yes.
I kind of make a motion, or Zenit makes a motion with his head to step over away, out of earshot of the patient. Well, Captain, the lungs themselves could be an easy fix. Regrow new lungs, do a transplant surgery, but apparently whoever did the cloning did not want this to go beyond mere facsimile. They weren't, unfortunately, she was not designed. And you kind of get a cringe when he says that in his voice, to actually be a serviceable clone. If you have samples of the original host DNA, I may be able to design a retrovirus to repair the damage. Right now, lycosine injections, if you haven't been, they haven't been administered already, would probably help some. But without the original host DNA, I don't
We
think there's
should
much I can do anything.
we should have the original host DNA since she was our guest. Dr. Kai would probably have it on record since he examined her.
Or 2 momentum, and you can recover that and have it on hand.
Okay, I'll spend it. So what reason would someone design a clone with these limitations?
More than likely, it was, at least what I speculate, this is purely speculation on my part, it would be designed to give at a courtesy glance, give a body, or possibly show a proof of life or something like that.
I see what you mean.
She is not a viable clone, and it
But if you want a proof of death, then this would be the best thing, next best thing up there.
Well, only if you didn't look very closely. An autopsy would have, at least a thorough autopsy, would have given most of these abnormalities away immediately, especially the malformed lungs.
Yeah, I suppose too, but I guess if you weren't looking too closely or the Tal Shiar only provided limited information, this might pass muster with whoever they're trying to convince that she was dead.
In my professional opinion, whoever did this was either incredibly sloppy medical-wise or was cruel beyond belief.
Well, Doctor, this Tal Shiar this clone was created by the Tal Shiar, so I think that answers your question.
Unfortunately, I haven't had, or fortunately, as the case may be, I haven't had many dealings with the Tal Shiar.
Well, they're not incompetent, so that leaves the other.
As I said, it's a long shot, but it is something that I do have some experience with, building retroviruses to rebuild DNA. A member of our own crew on the Caliban actually suffered from a degeneration of tissue while in the gamma club. So I have done this procedure before.
Well, Doctor, if there's anything that you can do to save her life, we'd greatly appreciate it. I think that'd be the right thing to do.
If you have a medical lab available, and he kind of looks around at the sick bay, and possibly an assistant from your medical staff or someone who is familiar with a little more familiar with genetics than I am. As a Denobulan, I have some base knowledge of genetics above and beyond what I would have got at Starfleet Medical, but it's not one of my specialties.
Yeah, I would think we could find someone on Dr. Kai's team that can assist. I don't know if our sick bay would be better than what's aboard the station at this point, but
yeah, you are probably correct. It would probably be better in one of the medical labs on the station, and even if your transporters aren't up and running, the station's transporters are. So if we need to get it here quick, then we can.
if I recall correctly, we couldn't transport her in the last session, right? Because of her condition.
You
The
couldn't
last time
transport.
we transported her, she went into cardiac arrest twice.
Well, and also last time you transported her, or she was suffering with a traumatic, lethal injury. Transporting characters with lethal injuries is a no-go.
But she's
Right now,
stable
she's
enough to
stabilized, so you can transport her.
Okay, I just want to make sure on that.
It's up to the GM if I'm going to make you roll for the transport, but in theory you should be able to do it. It might be a little more difficult because of her condition. If all else fails, you can just wheel her out. You do have a gangplank.
Well,
I'm currently tethered.
I was speaking more of beaming the retrovirus back to the Gungnir and not the patient to the medical labs.
It might just be better overall to get all the patients off the Gungnir, since the Gungnir is being repaired.
If they are stable enough to move, then Zenit would be fine with that. If they are not, especially now that technically she is under his care, he would rather her stay where she's at if transporting would be detrimental to her continued health.
You can go ahead and give me nope, not ship task. We're just gonna do regular task. Insight, medicine. Make this diff 3. Pop 2 because of the weirdness of this medical situation.
I would like to use determination to get a successful die driven to Eve's suffering.
Absolutely. I'll take that.
And I will go ahead and if nobody objects, I will give you a threat and a momentum for an extra die.
No objection.
Because you spent the a threat, and a determination just for 1 extra.
No, a threat and a momentum for the technically 4th die.
4th dice. Okay. I was trying to understand the math there.
Okay, I would like to re-roll that complication with my bold medicine.
That's what it's there for.
There we go. That's a much better number.
All right, so 4, 5, 6. Getting 3 momentum. I'm on that. You should be able to use the transporters to beam her to this station, and that would be a lot safer to do because you won't be fighting the Gungnir sickbay with a bunch of complications on doing surgery in here, which is part of the reason why she wasn't treated in transit. It was just the Gungnir has enough problems on their hands. They just kind of put her in a corner and put her on life support until they're in a better position to treat her.
After further examination, Captain, I think patient we would be able to transport her to the sickbay facilities on the station.
Very well, let's do that.
Very well. So your plan right now is to treat her lungs directly and work on a retrovirus to clean up the rest of the genetic errors.
Yes, with the lysine injections as well. For the lungs and for the retrovirus, he will need the DNA profile from the original.
Yep. If you're able to get the DNA profile from the original subject, she did have a medical scan previously, or at least the original had one. So you have a clean DNA sample to work off of.
Okay, good. Then I will do that right away. And he taps his comm badge. He says, Dr. Zenit to Deep Space 17 transport. I need a medical transport from the Gungnir at my location to medbay on the station, please.
Give me a presence medicine and difficulty 2. Just see if you can give them the locations and all the pertinent information incorrectly.
Should have bought that extra die. If all else fails, I can have them zone in on my comm badge and walk there myself.
Yeah, the guy in the other end of the comm says, that's gonna be a bit. We just got some. Yeah, we just got word of some trauma patients coming in from the Klingon bar. We'll get back to you in 15 minutes.
Excuse me?
Yeah, sickbay. We're sorting out beds in sickbay at the moment.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how Zenit would respond to that. Is this a male or a female on the comm?
Male trail, younger officer.
Young man, while this may not be a immediate emergency, this is a patient who will die if left to her own devices. If you don't have anybody immediately bleeding out from a Klingon bar brawl, I would appreciate if you would move my request up the queue. Thank you. Send it out.
Presence medicine and diff 1. Given Yeah, I give you that information, and they might be persuaded to push us up.
I'll give you a momentum for an extra die,
All right.
or spend a momentum.
Yeah, I gotcha. There we go. Just the clean anger that only a doctor can bring. This guy, I shakily goes, yeah, yes, sir. We're working on that now. And it just took three minutes, because so you have to figure out like where are they coming from, where are they going, where do they come from, Cotton Eye Joe, and
yeah, logistics.
Yeah, just trying to figure out the logistics of this whole thing, and then after a couple minutes, transporting now, and did you request to go with her, or
No.
Okay.
Captain Ross, if there's anything else before I go.
No, that'll do. Thank you very much, Dr. Zenit. I appreciate your assistance.
No problem. It is all in a day's work. And he rubs the bridge of his nose as he says that. He goes, if you will excuse me, sir, I have some work waiting for me in a med lab somewhere.
Thank you. Please keep us informed of how the progress goes.
Will do, sir. Thank you.
And as far as help, we do have a medical NPC, a Nurse Razix that could help. If a player wants to pick them up.
Yeah, I have no preference one way or the other. I understand that Gungnir is in need of all of its medical personnel.
But meanwhile, Vera. They're just calling someone who's AFK.
Yes.
Nope. Yes. The ship has just stocked. There's nothing else for you to do at the moment. You have the station and the planet below to explore.
The first thing she's gonna do actually is go over to Bailey's quarters, or like where Bailey stays, and check up on
her. She has moved off the Gungnir, is taking up temporary quarters on the station, as you do when, and it's in dry dock.
Yeah.
You ring the doorbell, and initially there was no answer.
She'll just speak to the door. Bailey, it's Vera.
The door is open.
Yeah, she'll come in. How is Bailey looking?
She is in civilian dress and sweats, bathrobe, that kind of motif. Doesn't look like she's combed her hair in about a week, and it's starting to frizz up.
You obviously you're not doing all right. That's a stupid question.
Yeah. I kind of wasn't expecting anyone. She turns around and look at the quarters. It's not that trashed yet, because she just moved in, but her duffel eggs on the bed, and it looks like she's just kind of walked out of her uniform and just left it on the ground.
I mean, you've got at least she kind of like holds up her fingers. 3 friends on the ship who are probably going to check up on you, including me. That's something, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm sorry that I was trying to watch out for everyone and obviously didn't do the greatest job of that.
And here I was thinking I was so lucky to have anyone pick me out of that group to go home for the night.
Well, I mean, hey, I can't really like make that sound any better. Look, I'm sure that if it hadn't been that we had a high priority person and everything, you still would have found somebody who was interested. But I'm still just, look, you deserved better than that. You don't seem to get out very much, and I'm just really sorry what happened. You didn't deserve that.
I'm checking something really quick. Give me a Presence Command difficulty 3. Or Presence Medicine. But I'm thinking Command is kind of more where you're leaning with this.
Here. Alrighty. I will spend 3 momentum. And I do not believe I have a focus on this. I do not, no.
For injury, I don't know, counseling?
Yeah, she doesn't have any of that.
I don't think Skullduggery will cover this.
It could, though. No, clandestine navigation's my catch-all, right?
Clandestinely navigating her or through her trauma. No. Good try, though. I'll give you props for trying.
Anyways, let's... I'll actually spend my determination on this.
To what value?
My confidence is unshakable, and everyone should be. She's trying to instill like some confidence back in Bailey and help her work through things and definitely not forget what happened, but be able to move past it and kind of trying to be that support network for her.
I will accept it.
Right, I'm re-rolling the 2 zeros. That's
Excellent.
4.
If that, it takes a little bit more speaking than that, but she starts to open up, and it's just, talking back and forth about feeling betrayed, feeling unsure or of herself and her insight in people, and just the general feeling of being unsafe. But you're able to work through some of that, and she actually opens up and starts to hug you and cry in your arms. Not sure how you're gonna react to that, but she's gonna do it anyways.
No, she'll definitely that's definitely something she's allowed to do.
Okay. Yeah, as she's just kind of like starts emotionally processing this. I know it's not much, but would you want to stay and watch a hollow with me?
Yeah, I can do that. Just us, or would you like me to invite Kash or Daiba?
Let's go ahead and invite the others. We'll make a night of it.
A much more peaceful night. Especially after the ship is in half.
Yeah, that was... She kind of bites her lip and looks away, because during that whole thing, she was not on duty. She removed herself from duty, and you give me an insight. I command diff 1.
Can I say focus and helm operations, because they often work together at those front two seats? So she'd be able to kind of recognize her patterns, and I know that's a stretch.
That is that's a stretch. It's diff 1 already, because you are already friends with her, so you kind of know
That's fair.
her. So
Here, we got it.
yeah, you got it. She is feeling guilty about the ship's damage for some reason.
Look,
Among everything else she's dealing with, she feels guilty.
there wasn't a lot. I don't think there's a lot any of us could do about a planet exploding, so that's definitely not on you. You shouldn't feel guilty about taking the time that you needed.
Yeah, but I took the time off away from my posts. I'm Alpha Shift. If we're at Red Alert, I should be up at my post, and the one time I didn't, the ship gets ripped in half.
Bailey, what were you gonna do about that? You can't talk to an exploding planet. I also wasn't at my post. I mean, did you hear about? I kind of just.
I kind of heard something and you were on the away team, right?
Oh, kind of. Yeah, I was on one of the away teams. I might have just like flown up to the bridge and like blown it out of their ship.
Her eyes go, what? Really?
Oh yeah, hold on.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah, here. She'll pull up like the recording from like the visor.
The helmet cam
Yeah.
Yes. And with that, a little bit lighter and chipper remove them before, or you show her the helmet cam footage, and the camera pulls away of both of you just watching it and just gasp and chatter of that. Her trauma her drama has decreased by 1 because of your actions.
Notably, she'll probably stop it before the giant beam that goes in front of the camera.
Probably stopped it. But yeah, she was very impressed with that. Eventually, Kasha and Daiba will join you, and we're gonna cut back to the rest of your night in a little bit. Fox and Atrum. Both at the Klingon bar.
Well, I walked away from the Klingon bar.
Oh, you walked away.
Yeah, he left me to my laurels.
After like an hour or so, the fever dies down, and they're just drinking and talking and sharing stories again.
All right, am I still bleeding? You know, from being stabbed with a batlet.
A little bit.
Okay. Should probably also go report to the captain, shouldn't I?
So, yeah, after a little bit, you can't meet up with the captain.
Real quick, do we have so when we're in dry dock, do we have quarters on the station, or do we go back to the ship?
You would have temporary quarters on the station. You basically just take your duffel bag from your quarters and bring it onto temporary barracks on the station.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
They are
clean up a
barracks,
bit.
but you are officers, so you do get private quarters. But they're kind of, these aren't the high-end quarters. These are the okay, we're gonna dump 1,000 people into the barracks. Here's a bed, a wall panel, and there's a bathroom. That's about it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go clean up a bit and compose myself in a way that a Federation officer should look, and then go report to the captain.
You are gonna have a nice scar along your armpit.
Oh, wonderful.
In fact, that'll be 3. I'm spending a 3 threat. You now have a new trait of cool scar on armpit.
Neat.
Or yeah, so go ahead.
Just scarred.
Yeah, scarred. Yeah, you have the trait of scarred.
All right, I will. And then, does that do anything, or is that just like a purely cosmetic thing?
I don't know. It could do something if you manage to bring it up.
I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised that Fox didn't have that after the whole face plant into the tube thing.
Faceplant into the what?
I went into the cloning tube in the last session.
Oh,
My
right.
face is all scarred up.
Oh, your neck.
My
Your
face.
face and neck.
Yeah.
You could have.
You've had enough threat. Okay, I will add that to the character sheet later. Yeah, I'm gonna go clean up and get Starfleet level presentable again, and yeah. Off to Captain Ross, whoever he is.
Captain Ross, it's been about an hour or so. Where would you be?
If we finished with the clone, I'd probably be wherever supervision was needed, engineering or whatnot, as we're doing repairs and handing things over to the Deckard crew.
Your supervision is not required. Dr. Coop will take care of this. You're free to do what you want.
Okay. Well, I will pack up a bag and head over to the officers' quarters on DS-17 and see if I can pick up my sailboat reservation from last time. That didn't happen.
Go ahead and give me Presence Con Diff 2. See if you can pull up that reservation or get a new one.
Presence Con?
Yeah, logistics and stuff.
Okay. I'll use 1 point of momentum. Oh, that's not good.
Ruh-roh. Would you like to do anything about that?
Oh dear.
I'll use momentum to quash the complication.
Okay. Still fail, but it's not complicated. Don't have a reservation now. They're all out, but they'll have one at the end of the week. And you have like 2 weeks of leave anyway, so.
Okay, I'll wait till then.
At this point, Discord. At this point, Atrom approaches as your officer's quarters on the station.
Gonna do the classic door ping thing.
Doo-doo-doo.
Calm.
The door's open.
Captain?
Mr. Trum, what can I do for you?
I felt I should trying to think. Hang on. My brain just failed and I forgot all words. Hang on.
At this point, you should also have the report from Fox on this issue.
Yes. Yeah.
I understand you.
Go ahead.
I understand you found some friends in the Klingon bar.
That would be the Klingon definition of it, yes.
And there was only one fatality?
Yes, sir. The Harmaster of House Mokai.
Yeah, that's not going to come back to bite you in the ass.
That depends entirely on how much he was liked by House Mokai, sir. However, in my own defense, he both insulted my honor first and drew his blade first.
Yeah, sounds like you had to do what you had to do.
That's the way I
And
see
there
it. I just hope that House Mokai feels the same way.
And there was no collateral damage.
Other than some staining on the floor, which, to be honest, that's the natural color of the floor, sir, so no.
All right, well, I think we're good as long as the station doesn't throw a fit there.
Yes, Captain.
Funny you should
Has
mention
anyone
that.
from this... There we go.
At this point, Captain, and you get a request from Station Command. Or you get a call from Station Command.
Hey, who's running the show with all the command staff gone?
Secondary staff, but Lieutenant Annette Lane, and Chief of Security of the station, and appears on the wall.
Hello, Lieutenant. What can we do for you?
Yes, I'm here looking into incident that I became aware of involving one of your officers.
I see. Have you seen the report from our security officer on the matter?
I have not.
I'll see that you're sent a copy immediately.
I'm also afraid I'm gonna have to detain your officer for questioning and processing.
Questioning and processing?
As of right now, sir, it looks like he committed a murder on a Starfleet station. This is Federation territory, and while the Klingons would be all okay with this, we certainly are not.
And if it was in self-defense?
Yeah, I was going to say, any Federation citizen is entitled to defend themselves.
Defend themselves to a certain degree, not defend themselves to lethality. But if this is indeed aid in self-defense, then the evidence will pan out to that.
Hold on for 1 second, Lieutenant. I'll pause the communication. Do you wish to give a statement to security at this time, or should we look into getting you counsel before you make any statement?
Good question. If counsel is present and it won't cause too much, what's the word, fuss, then I would not object to counsel. However, if it will be too much trouble, I can make my own statement.
Don't talk
it's
to
never
cops with...
too much. Never too much trouble to exercise your rights.
Yeah, especially as a Starfleet officer, if you are being questioned for a crime, which you are now, you have the right for advocate. In fact, you might be able to scare up a JAG officer. I don't know if you have a JAG officer in your supporting staff. You might, or someone can make one.
Of course we don't.
Of course we don't. If not, one will be provided to you by the station.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. We might also want to recruit a JAG officer, given how much nonsense
No,
this ship
too much of a hassle. No, there's too much of a hassle.
I guess we're going to have to blow up the station to get out of this one.
Yep. Only way to be sure.
Remember, it was Ross' idea. Prax going to kill us all, but at least he'll know who was the responsible party.
All right, I give you guys a sheet. If you want a JAG officer, or you can fill it out.
All right. Woo! Legal arbitration.
Legal arbitration.
Of a reason against blowing up the station. Everybody else is all for it.
I never agreed to blowing up the station. I laughed at the joke.
You laughed. That's an agreement.
That means you're a willing participant if you're laughing.
To be fair, the only reason I'm not is because I'm on it.
So is most of the Gungnir crew.
Yeah, the only member that is here is Vera. She's still on the Gungnir.
No, she's
No,
not.
Vera's on the station.
Oh, she's on the station.
Yeah,
she
she's
was
in
at
Bailey's
Bailey's
quarters.
quarters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
Bailey's quarters.
station.
Yeah, we never quantified that.
We
It was
did.
just in Bailey's
There was a
quarters on the
discussion
station
about how
Gungnir.
discussion about how everyone was being moved to quarters on the station, and that Bailey was
how-
on the station.
After.
Yeah, and how
No.
Bailey's room was not that dirty because, well, she hasn't been in there all that long yet, but her uniform was stepped out of and just draped on the floor.
And with Bailey
The
being off
station
duty,
blowing up
that
part
doesn't
is humorous.
imply that she was on the station.
Yeah,
But what does is author specifically saying it.
I didn't hear it, therefore it didn't happen.
excuse me, I'm the arbitrator of the universe, so I say they're on the station.
The tokens are on the station. That means they're on the station.
That doesn't mean anything. And you
No,
know
that
it.
doesn't mean anything because I haven't been keeping track. I'm mostly on this page as a placekeeper.
Fair.
I've still got the civilian hiding symbol on my head, so tokens mean nothing.
We've been doing theater of mind. It's fine.
Yep.
Anyways, Atrom, legal representation.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got to focus in
Yeah.
Federation law and politics. I'll just represent him if he wants.
No,
If you
that's
if
the
you
worst
want, you
option.
can.
Can you
Don't do that,
legally
Trump. You'll go
Uh,
to jail.
No, Ross, you totally have the ability to represent him.
Yes, let's have the captain, who is a former engineer, try to play a JAG officer. Seems like a great idea.
I've got to focus in law.
Captain
That doesn't
Picard.
really mean anything. That means you know the law, not that you can practice law.
Captain Picard
As a-
was an archaeology major, and he's played lawyers so many times.
As an
Picard
officer
is more charismatic than Ross.
at Ross, as an officer and especially as a superior officer, you can and help represent him in JAG matters if you feel that you are able to.
I'd be happy to if Atrom wants, or he can just, he's a regular JAG officer type character. Either way, I'm good.
Trust the captain.
Cool. The two of you can and be involved in this as well. So, a couple station security officers come and pick you up, more just as escort and make sure you're not going to do anything silly, rather than ensuring that you come.
Who was?
And more just like following protocol, but they come and pick you up, and they take you up the station up to security operations on deck 12. And you meet a young human female, Amari Lane, Lieutenant. No, actually, Commander. Yep, Commander Amari Lane.
That was a fast promotion.
No, I just misread.
I thought she was going to deal with Gungnir crew, and they promoted her immediately.
And also, her token was labeled wrong. Thanks, Prax. Give me wrong information.
We're yelling at Prax. They'll start yelling back, and you will lose this battle.
Oh, please. How many stars has he's blown up?
Rex is just going to get on the end of this
Doesn't
call
give
and
you
just
the
listen.
high ground in this conversation.
Blowing up stars gives me all the high ground.
No, it doesn't. Makes
Anyways.
you look like a lunatic.
He has a very stone cold and severe face. She is very rigid and meticulous. as you enter the room. This is a standard interrogation room, but you're not chained to the chair yet.
All right, Commander, how can we assist?
Well, it appears that one side of this argument and is unable to represent himself, so I'm here to ensure that everything's playing fair. I understand, and Atrom, that you are a exchange officer to Starfleet.
That's correct.
You may be from Klingon on Empire, but here in the Federation we don't take too kindly to stabbing people we disagree with.
Commander, I don't think this has anything to do specifically with them being Klingons. Someone pulled out a weapon. This Dahar Master pulled out a weapon, attacked my officer, who merely defended himself, and in the ensuing fight, the other party wound up dead.
And
do you have any type of evidence that there's anything more to it than that?
Not at the moment. Commander Atram, can you explained why this Dahar Master pulled out a weapon? Was he provoked in any way?
The circumstances leading up to the event were I went to the bar to celebrate the entrance of my fellow engineering officers into Stovo Corps, as is right and proper in Klingon culture. And in doing so, he, from my take, became offended that a Klingon wearing a Federation uniform was telling such extravagant and honorable tales. He dismissed my He challenged my honor and then pulled out a bat'leth and attacked me.
And why do you think he challenged your honor? Was he looking for a fight? Or...
I can't speak to the motivations of a dead man, nor will I attempt to.
Were you when you entered the bar, or did you know that the Dahar Master was there?
He was one Klingon in a sea of many Klingons, and I was not paying attention to the other Klingons.
Did you, when you were speaking, did you attempt to de-escalate the issue or walk away?
In a very Klingon manner, yeah, I did try to prevent a fight.
Explain in a Klingon manner.
My apologies, I misspoke. In a very un-Klingon manner, I attempted to dissuade the fight.
How so?
By ignoring his challenges to my honor and attempting to ingratiate myself into his way of thinking.
So, you were having revelry in the bar, and this Star Master Kama, which, as you notice, she mispronounced that. It should be Kama. There's a good old stop after the first A. No. So, Kama approached you and made disparaging remarks against you. You attempted to ignore it, and in response, as he pulled out his weapon and attacked.
Correct. Did you make any attempt to retreat? Captain, have you ever tried to retreat from the Klingon in a bar full of Klingons?
On a Federation station, maybe.
Have you attempted it?
No, I have not.
Do you know what would happen if you did?
Enlighten me.
Well,
Commander, excuse me for interrupting. Pardon me. Is there a duty to retreat under Federation self-defense laws?
Under Federation self-defense laws, there is a duty to retreat and de-escalate the situation, and it's also part of the uniform code out for our Starfleet. We do not start fights, and we try to do everything we can and to not engage in them.
But if a fight is unavoidable, then a Federation citizen is allowed to defend himself.
If it is truly unavoidable, then yes. I'm trying to ascertain if the situation was unavoidable, and that Atrom took every reasonable step to avoid conflict before or engaging in it. That is the legality that we are pushing into.
So do you want me to continue then, or?
Yeah, go ahead, Commander. Go ahead.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, Commander, in Klingon culture, to run away from a fight and a challenge to one's honor, not only is it dishonorable, according to some Klingons, you are worthy of death if you do. So, essentially, if I were to try to avoid him, which there was a bar directly behind me, and a crowd of Klingons around me, if I were to attempt to avoid him, or retreat, or flee, not only would I be shamed and my family in-house dishonored, the lightest punishment I would face is banishment.
Commander, if you had retreated, essentially running away from a fight, could that have escalated the situation?
Oh, definitely. Not only would the Dahara Master continue to have pursued me, then most likely several of the bystanders would have felt the need to get involved in such a dishonorable incident.
While in the fight, I did notice is that you were struck. Who was the first one to draw blood?
That would be myself. I blocked his attack and then attacked as and then counterattacked.
And this counterattack act, was that with lethal intent or just an intent to stop?
It was an attempt to wound, perhaps to dissuade him when he realized that he was facing a true warrior.
And after that, that was when he took the undercut swing.
If you're referring to the one that wounded me, yes.
In your opinion, would you say that that attack was intended to be lethal?
Well, he was aiming for my heart and missed, so I would say yes.
And it was only after that that you then decided to go for his heart.
Correct.
So
Which would have been a proportional response based on the attack toward Commander Atrom.
So it was a proportional response based on an attack. You had no reasonable means of retreating, and retreating would have escalated the situation, and you only escalated the fight after he engaged and also brought to bear a weapon and within a lethal manner.
Correct.
Okay.
Author, why are you spending thread?
Author, that's not allowed.
Author, put that back.
But
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's
It
fine.
won't hurt you. It
Are
won't
you
hurt Ross.
trying to put me in the brig, Fox?
No, I want
at,
Ross to suffer.
at this point, just to kind of sum up your case, I'm gonna need presence command. Presence command difficulty 4. One of you can lead, the other can assist.
I'm gonna let Ross take the lead here, seeing as he's my legal counsel and also this is his thing.
Okay. I will give you 3 threat. And can I use Federation law and politics as a focus?
Absolutely.
If I'm assisting, it's just the one die, correct?
It's just the one die. And you can use a focus if you wish.
I'll use bold command to reroll one of those.
Well, I guess I should clarify, you can and roll a focus if you have applicable one.
Yeah, I didn't have an applicable focus, so I didn't use one.
Yep. After going over the legality of this and kind of explaining the a whole situation. Very well, Commander Atrom, Captain. As of this point, I have reason to believe that this wasn't as in self-defense, and that your officer did not initiate the situation nor escalate the situation needlessly. As of this point, I'm willing to let him to release him back into your care, Captain. But I am going to have to ask that reprimand be placed on his records.
What should he be reprimanded for?
Initiating a not initiate for or participating in violence.
Well, the violence was not his fault. He didn't initiate it. He only responded to protect his life. Exercising your Federation given rights is not something you get reprimanded for. Anyway, since we're done here, thank you very much. The commander and I have duties to attend to. Our ship is in dry dock after suffering severe damage in a fight with the Romulans. You know how that goes, so we'll be on our way.
Very well. And with that, this situation is resolved. Yeah.
Legal battles.
Legal battles. Pretty much, all in all, you were on the defensive and you did everything you were supposed to. Just, legal reasons we had to address that and at least look into it and say, hey, you didn't like initiate this or, you know, murder someone on a Federation star base. That would have been bad, right? You know, this wasn't like outright murder. This was self-defense.
Exactly. Self-defense.
Exactly.
Oh, Captain.
Yes.
I know Lieutenant Fox performed an interrogation of the Romulan subcommander earlier. Do you know if he inquired at all as to the source of the extent of the damage to the Gungnir, shall we say?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know if he has or not. I haven't gotten his report on.
You would have a report. The only thing in there would be ancient weapons.
That's it. All right. Well,
So
you
Sorrel,
saying the Romulans?
Sorrel, I would have been looking at that information of the
So you're
actual
saying this is the
sensor scans.
old technology kind of stuff that they ran across?
We're inquiring that they were looking for ancient weapons. That's all Fox knows.
well, in that case, Captain, with your permission and possibly with your accompaniment, I'd like to go speak to the sub-commander to perhaps get more details on the weapon or technology that nearly vaporized the Gungnir and did vaporize the planet.
Okay, but don't kill this one.
Aye, Captain. No EMPs.
Or Mechleths.
Aye, sir.
I'll send you my bill.
All right, and Dr. Zenit, I believe we have a surgery to get through.
Yeah.
Did someone from the crew want to pick up Brazix and help out?
I can if nobody else will. Or wants to.
Yeah, go ahead. If you shift double click on the token in the sheet should come up.
Alright. I got him.
Alrighty.
Razex is ready to roll.
All right. I don't think I have this station stats. That's on hand. Otherwise, they would be helping with computer's medicine. I had the other station. I just don't have this one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have it for some reason. Oh well. I'll adjust the difficulty based on that. But, Doctor, you get all scrubbed in, you get in the surgical uniforms.
Yes, I would get prepared for all of that, especially after replicating the lungs from the original host DNA, which at this point in Federation, the Federation timeline should be pretty much standard procedure. But yeah, the surgery to remove the lungs and then put the new ones in.
Okay. We're gonna be doing a series of gated tasks. Yeah, let's just kind of take this one step at a time, because I don't feel like drawing up a extended task at the moment. So.
Completely understandable. The only thing, if you want to do the surgery first, the only thing I think Zenit would want to work up the retrovirus and get the DNA thing sorted out before he put brand new lungs in the person.
Okay.
Seeing it, the life support system is working right now. I think the DNA unraveling and or not being complete is the bigger problem than the replacement of the lungs.
Okay. We'll do the DNA first. Control medicine, difficulty 4, complication 2, to arrange that retrovirus.
Assisting with control medicine?
Yep.
Okay, would I think infectious diseases would that would fall under that, viruses and bacteria.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Assuming triage, emergency medicine, or radiobiology would not apply.
He's been activated, so we can give him something.
Okay. Well, how about we give him a focus in genetics then?
That'll work.
That
Okay, I'll add that on the
very
sheet. Okay. All right, it is added to the sheet, so he is using a focus.
All right, I would like to give you 1 momentum for an extra first die, and then 2 threats for the 4th.
All right.
If no one objects.
No.
Go right ahead.
That's for threat. Spend it all.
We are a high threat crew.
Is the complication due to being unfamiliar with Romulan DNA or not having proper tools?
The complication is because of the incomplete a process of cloning her, or that might cause, might cause some complications as far as getting her body to accept it.
Just making sure, because field medicine, quick study. All
Yeah.
right, let's see what happens.
Wait, quick study. Is that just remove complications, or is that affect difficulty too? I forgot which one that works.
I've got it written down on my character sheet. I'm not sure. When attempting a task that will involve unfamiliar medical procedures, or which is to treat an unfamiliar species, ignore any difficulty increasing stemming from. So it's difficult.
All right, so diff 3.
Not complication. And I'm going to re-roll, because I gave you threat.
You did give me threat.
I will take that damn 0.
All right, gain 3.
As long as it's not red.
As long as it's not red. Gain 3 momentum. You have a retrovirus. What's the next step?
The next step would be at this point it'd be administering and then monitoring to make sure it's actually doing what I designed it to do. Which is to rebuild the unfinished DNA. I think that threat. Goodness. Okay. He really wants this person to die, doesn't he?
Kind of.
Yeah, he does. We've only spent like 6 episodes at this point, nabbing her.
6 episodes
It's
trying
been
to save her.
9 episodes trying to find her.
It's almost like
Actually
it's our,
be able to do anything with her.
it's like it's the entire season arc or something. Or
Well,
half
We
season arc.
started this in episode 11.
Yeah, half season arc.
Difficulty 4, complication 3. Most of this is just us because of her banged up anatomy, making sure that she doesn't go through any rejection process.
To be fair to the author did manage to get the Romulan. The Romulan is dead. This is a completely different one.
So 3
Okay,
threat.
what is this task specifically that we're doing?
This is administering the retrovirus. It's just very carefully adding it into her body and monitoring to make sure she doesn't go through organ rejection as her tissue changes from one genotype to another.
Okay, well, genetics still applies, so we have that.
It's not necessarily changing the genotype, it's more repairing the damage to, as if she had like radiation damage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's very similar to radiation therapy. In fact, this is akin to how radiation therapy would normally work.
okay. 3 threat. I'll give you 3 threat for 2 extra die. Make sure the complication range is in the right spot. There you go. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that Zenith is a momentum making machine.
No. Oh, we need it.
Look at all that momentum.
All right, you're full up on momentum.
Momentum like we never believe.
As you very carefully, it's over a series of small dosage alongside immunosuppression, which is always fun for anybody that needs to take. You're able to slowly introduce the retrovirus, and you're starting to see the genetic change and slowly pass over her system. You are fairly certain it's gonna take and some of the faster replicating cells like gut biome gut biome, bone marrow, red blood cells, that kind of stuff as already starting to take effect. Some of the older or gross cells might take a little while to kick in, but she should be monitored for the next 2 weeks, and after that, she would just have to come in for checks every once in a while.
Okay, so now all that has to be done is switch out the lungs, and that should be easier because they're now her lungs, not somebody else's.
At least it'll fit at the chest cavity pretty well. At least you hope.
The great thing is, this is the 24th century. We can just beam the lungs out and then beam the new ones in.
Yeah, it's still micro beaming though, so.
And
yeah,
you also have to,
fun.
and you also have to make sure are that blood vessels and all that stuff line up, because she is technically a genetic twin, not like an exact molecule for molecule clone. So there will be a differences. There might be like small differences on where capillaries and stuff all line up.
Yeah, but it'll still be easy than, whatever the heck we currently do for lung surgery.
Which is pretty much a crap shot. We do lung transplants, but it is rough.
That's fairly recent technology too.
I didn't look a whole lot into it. Oh, I was gonna do more than that. Diff 3 Comp 3.
Okay, and now we're on the surgery, so I still have a focus for that.
Trauma surgery. Yep.
Well, I'd say taking your lungs out is fairly traumatic. Give you 1 threat for the extra die, and let's see if this works. Control medicine.
I can reroll that because he has Chief of Staff.
Excellent.
Aha!
All right, so 3, 4, 5, 2 momentum gain. You have 2 float.
I would like to create an advantage with the fact that these now match her new genetic makeup, technically, to lower the risk of rejection on these new lungs.
Absolutely. You're able to lower the risk of rejection off that. Which is a good thing, because after you get the transport are done, her blood pressure's dropping. Oh god, the blood pressure's plummeting.
Oh look, the author got a threat.
Yeah, so can we tell what, I'd like to find out what's causing that.
Reason medicine and Diff 1.
Normal complication range?
Yeah.
Pick a chat. Spend money to give him more threat.
I shall assist.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing, so it only rolled 1 at a time.
That works. I can count dice. Oh my goodness. All right. So you have another 2 float off this. It appears that at some of the capillaries areas alongside the lungs were mismatched, and just enough of them were mismatched that she's starting to bleed out into her lung cavity.
Okay, I would like to use the 2 momentum to immediately treat that. Triage. Will that as an unease one?
Dairy medicine in difficulty 3, but you have 2 advantages. I'm assuming you want to bring that down. Because you have 1 advantage is from lung rejection, and you just created another advantage right now. This one, as she's like, her body's like shaking and trembling on the bread, and the alarms are going off. Just
All right, I hate to do it. I'm going to give you 1 threat for 1 extra die, just to make sure certain. Well, or do that.
Or do that.
I
Just for funsies.
Dr. is good at his job.
And this was diff 1. Okay, so that's like 5 float.
Okay,
Man, the DS19 medical staff does not mess around. Holy cow.
This is even DS17. He's Caliban.
Yeah, this is Caliban.
DS17's medical officers off with the rest of them.
Yeah. I would like to at least use some of that momentum to create an advantage on lowering her recovery time while I'm in here. While I got her chest open.
1 magnitude, 2 magnitude. Yeah, you could do. Yeah, you can spend 2 to get that, and you can spend an additional 1 repeating to reduce the recovery every time by 3 days each.
I will do that until we're down to 6.
All right, so 3, 6, 9. So after that was scary, but after that, her vitals are getting back in line. You're able to remove the blood from her chest cavity and put it back in the circulatory system where it belongs. She is slowly starting to breathe under her own power. Her oxygen levels are getting back up, and her skin is very slowly turning back into that healthy green tinge that Romulan should have.
All right. Guess we close and send her to recovery.
Yeah. She will still need to be monitored for about 2 weeks, but that's down from a month. You shaved that much time off her recovery. So hopefully by next week, Ink will actually be able to get some questions out of her.
Woohoo!
All right. I thank my assistant for their help, and as soon as I get cleaned up and changed back into my street clothes, contact Captain Ross. Dr. Zenit to Captain Ross.
Captain Rust here.
The patient made it through surgery. She now has her own lungs. It looks like the retrovirus took quite well as well. And she should at least be good for questioning or whatever you need of her, as long as it's not too strenuous, in about 2 weeks.
Excellent work, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Glad I could help. Is there anything else you need from me, sir, while you're here?
No, Doctor. Thank you very much for all you've done.
All a day's work. You have a good evening, sir. Enjoy your stay on DS-17.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And
And
with
unless,
go ahead.
well, unless you have anything else for me, I think I'm done for the evening. My work here is done.
My work here is done.
Well, assuming the author doesn't jump me with a Klingon and stab me in the back, I think we'll be good.
I think we'd be good.
Yeah, it'll be fine. The moment the doctor leaves, then you get stabbed by 3 Klingons.
Let's cycle back to Vera and the girls. Back in the quarters.
Okie dokie.
Eventually, Bailey, he suggests the classic Earth tradition of eating ice cream and watching trashy rom-coms.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun time to Vera.
Yes. The plots have not improved in 300 years. They're still, very, very cheesy, very predictable, but some of them are fun, and laughter and guilty was had by all.
That's good.
And Kasha does talk to Bailey a bit more and is reassuring about the whole situation. And Diva actually offers to Diva actually offers to give Bailey some self-defense courses.
I'm sure it would definitely make her feel better. Or at least feel more assured.
More able to take care of herself. And with that, we're gonna pull out a bit more, and we have a couple weeks of shore leave. So, Vera, what do you do for 2 weeks of shore leave time?
Vera will probably just. She still hasn't spent a ton of time on this station, so she'll probably just look around and see what interesting things there are. Get some flight time in her wingsuit, just getting more enjoyment out of that. Just hanging out. She was a prisoner. She was a prisoner, and then a bunch of things happened, and then she went to the academy for 6 months for just quick training to catch up. So time to explore the brighter side of Starfleet is nice for her to have. The Starfleet stations and everything.
So just enjoying the sights and stuff?
Yeah. At some point, she'll also go to Rost and ask, so am I gonna be able to keep my the room that I've been using? You all never told me to move out of
The room?
Oh yeah, the room. Back when I was an intelligence asset, then I kind of just kept using the room after being made an ensign, even though I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be moved to the barracks or the hallways and all that.
Yeah, we're kicking you down to the basement level there.
Yeah, she's been in guest quarters, and that's just
Really,
hasn't
as a
been
lieutenant,
resolved.
she doesn't have to sleep in the lower deck quarters.
Yeah, junior officer territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have a private room, but it would still be connected to another officer's.
Yeah, it's fine.
You and Bailey can be roomies.
Bailey's an ensign.
Oh well, however.
You could have been roomies with Bailey
Yeah.
as an ensign.
Go ahead and give me like a reason. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Reason con, insight con, difficulty 2. Just how good of a vacation in you got in?
Me?
No, I just thought of something funnier. Her and Fox are the same rank. Have their rooms connected.
Oh
Drive him
god.
nuts.
How much
I was
did
gonna
that
say
happen?
like Kosh is technically also the same rank.
Yeah,
Um,
you're a bridge officer. You can request as to who your roomie is.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Take a threat. That's right. Bold.
No worse for wear.
I'd like to succeed at cost.
Oh my god.
No. It's
I mean,
fine.
if you want to, you can.
Replicator makes a weird noise whenever it makes anything.
I mean, you can succeed at a cost if you want, Vera, or otherwise, it just wasn't an exceptional vacation. It was just us okay.
I think she's okay with just a normal time.
A normal time. All right, and Fox, you have 2 weeks off, and yes, you have to take it off.
Oh no, he's still doing his normal thing. He's just gonna avoid any of the problem areas. He'll pretty
Hey.
much just be working on his secret projects.
Working on your secret projects.
Yeah.
All right.
More
So-
secret
Mad
projects?
scientist shit.
Always secret projects.
Always secret project. So you're taking a working vacation.
As I do, yeah.
Fine.
Not going to be doing security things, so technically he's
Are-
on vacation.
Are you working on the security project or the engineering project?
Technically I only have one. Technically I only have engineering projects, since that's what there actually are.
All right. So you're not working on the other secret thing.
I mean, I have a pad I'm working on, and I have a Holo program I'm working on. That's pretty much it.
All right. Control engineering diff 2.
Engineering.
I'm bringing in a NPC counselor, and we're gonna start talking about
I mean-
how to relax.
What I'm working on is technically experimental technology,
It is.
and you know what? For the end, take 6. There's people behind me.
You manage to get it. You may have one temporary buff of what's that buff gonna be called? You have one temporary token and of relaxed. So anytime your character's dealing with stress or is just under a lot of pressure, you can and burn that trait to get an advantage on it. But it's one-time use. Atrom, what are you up to for the next 2 weeks?
Well, I don't have to actually supervise repairs of the Gungnir, right? That's handled by the station crew.
Yeah, you don't have to, and it's kind of suggests that you don't, because yeah, Chief engineers errors kind of get possessive about their airships.
What? Never.
What? Never.
Um,
No.
Definitely not. Definitely not going to be taking like a laser level to the nacelles after we're done with this repair. Never.
It'll be
Okay.
a tricky ask since you're gonna be in space and it's just gonna float off.
That's what an EVA suit and mag boots are for.
You're just gonna just magnetize it to the ship, and it will always be level.
All right. So what are you doing?
Anyways, what am I doing? Well, I didn't have a ton of plans for shore leave. But I do believe the captain mentioned sailing, so we'll probably end up joining him on that when that occurs. Before that actual little expedition, however, I'll probably be working on my projects.
All right. Just sort of tinkering and getting research ahead on that.
Mm-hmm.
Which project are you working on?
This would be the AI.
Control engineering div 2.
Ah, my two favorite words. Okay. I'm gonna use right tool with the right job. Question mark?
What tool are you bringing out?
Well, I think by now I've gotten most of the programming out of the way, so I'm building the actual device to hold the AI.
You've designed it. Now you're building a telematrix.
Yes, exactly. So I'm using I'm using a just some very precise calibration tools to make sure none of the isolinear chips. There we are. I'm getting all my technobabble confused from other genres. But yes, I'm making sure that all of the isolinear chips are perfectly aligned, and that not trying my best not to leave any room for error.
All right. For 1 momentum, you can have that tool, and then you'll get 2 advantages on this. So div 0.
Yes, take it. Take the momentum. So it's down to 0, which means I don't need to buy any additional dice. Let me just change this to control engineering.
All right. You have 2 float. You get 1 token of relaxed.
Woohoo!
And you can, if Captain Ross accepts, you can assist him on his roll to relax. Captain Ross, would you allow Atram to come with you?
Oh, sure. Anybody who wants to go.
Anyone else want to go on the boat?
No.
Vera?
I don't think she's interested.
All right.
I mean, Sorrel probably would have come if the player were present. I think he talked about joining it.
Yeah, Sir will probably able to come. Hold on 1 moment.
Arthur's just pulling up the stats for his shark.
We'll find out later that you all got marooned on an island.
Kind of hard to get marooned on an island when there's a station in orbit that could just beam you up.
Yeah, if they know. You lost all your communicators in the unfortunate typhoon that happened.
Yeah, sure. Just 3 of the senior staff of a starship missing. No big deal.
Yeah, you're missing during your scheduled leave. fine. We got new replacements. They're all more competent. Everything's fine.
I really gotta stop doing that to myself. I was starting to do the gotta pee dance in front of the camera. I'm like, you know what? I'm an adult. I can just pause this for a moment. Ooh, okay. Anyways. Anything else you do in the week coming up to that? Because you did have a week where you couldn't go sailing yet.
I probably would have spent the time aboard the Gungnir supervising repairs and, you know, the old engineer / captain having to be, keep a finger in it.
Just watching over your baby. It's not much for you to do, but you could watch if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you do in the meantime? Read any books or working on anything?
I'll probably spend some time on the holodeck, working on my Beta Z spaceship program.
Yes. A spaceship program. That's relaxing.
Rebuilding the first interplanetary Beta Z spacecraft.
Control engineering and Div 2.
Hey, since we got some momentum, I'll use one.
All right. You also get the temporary trait of relaxed. One-time use, but you can use that on any role in the future to help out.
Oh, okay.
As for the trip itself, we're actually gonna come back to that next week because I do have something interesting planned for it. Not a typhoon.
I knew it.
Darks.
Oh, it'll definitely be a typhoon.
Be a sea kraken this time.
Sea kraken. Oh please, like I am that lame. Never mind.
It'll be a kraken shark, a sharkin.
A sharkin. A
Megalodon.
sharknado.
Like the head. So like the head of no.
No, that's too far.
Is that like a turducken but with a shark and a kraken?
Well, it's the head of a shark with the tentacles of a squid.
See, that's what I was thinking.
But now you're thinking about a turducken but with a kraken. See?
Okay, so what we do is take a shark and put it inside a kraken inside of a Borg cube, right? Right. That's how we do this.
This is the way.
And inside all of that, 2 pounds of tuna.
Yes.
With stuffing.
Honestly, I am more worried about Author throwing an actual Sharknado at us than I am about whatever the heck that word we just came up with was.
And with that, the credits will roll for tonight. Boop. Boop. Did not boop? It booped. Yeah, thank you. It was very much for playing. Our guest star left, but thank you to Dr. Zenit for popping in for a little bit. Yeah, he just kind of reached out and said, "Hey, do you have time for a guest star?" I'm like, I kind of have a medical thing going on here, so managed to figure that out. Next week we're going to be continuing on we're going to do something specific with the sailboat and whoever wants to do that, and we'll have something planned and up in orbit as you guys are relaxing and taking shore leave. But thank you so much for playing. Always, our music is provided by Kevin Macloud at incomtech.com, and we are forever grateful to Modifius for giving the stars, and to Gene Roddenberry for giving the stars to guide us. Until next time, stay safe, fly true, and take us out.